National Ignition Facility just made history when it demonstrated ignition that is way more energy out of the fuel than went into the fuel in 2022. The next big milestone for the field is something called net facility gain, where you get more energy out of a whole machine than everything required to run that machine. And obviously, for commercial power, you have to do that efficiently enough that you have something that can produce cost competitive power. For us at Pacific Fusion, we're working toward building a net facility gain capable system by 2030. And the next big milestone on the path to do that is to prove that the core building block of that machine, a 2 terawatt module, works as expected. From there, for us, it's a matter of building another 155 identical units, commissioning the system, and demonstrating net facility gain. Short answer is it's really important. I mean, taking a step back, inertial fusion is the only approach to fusion that has been proven to demonstrate ignition. But all inertial fusion systems ultimately are going to need to implode these little things called targets. They're little cans holding fuel. At some frequency, for us, it's about once a second. And that means you have to produce those targets really, really cost effectively. And the targets used at the national labs, in our case, at Sandia National Laboratory, weren't designed for an energy mission, so they have a bunch of expensive hardware around them that gets destroyed on every shot. What we did with our collaborators at Sandia is show that we could produce performant targets that don't require that expensive hardware. So they're much more affordable to make, and it's an important step forward toward practical fusion power. If you'd asked me that question 5 years ago, I would have said scientific gain, what's often been referred to in the field as Q greater than 1. But the National Ignition Facility did that in 2022. They got more energy out of the fuel than went into the fuel. The next big milestone for the field is to demonstrate net facility gain, which means to get more fusion energy out of a machine than everything required to run that machine. And we're on track to do that in the next few years. What matters equally is to achieve that milestone with a sufficiently buildable, deployable, maintainable system that you have a tractable path to low-cost power. I'm not a scientist, and I'll be candid, I can claim no credit for scientific vision. Our goal at Pacific Fusion is to hire brilliant people who have built systems like this before that work. So for example, a lot of our technical leadership team are many of the people who made the ignition result on the National Ignition Facility possible, and that was the last big fusion facility built in this country. If we can hire incredible people and empower them to do the best work of their lives, then we can build fusion machines that work and transform the energy landscape.